This technique connects a guard sweep to a pressure pass. Now, I'm a lot bigger than Brandon, and he's doing the pressure pass to me, and it really felt very, very heavy. So it's a great example of how you can tweak a pressure pass to make it work against somebody who's got 50, 60, 70 pounds on you. And if you're interested, it's on pages 104 and 105 of Nonstop Jiu-Jitsu.
So now we're going to pass from that technical stand-up sweep. So when I finish that sweep, and we'll rewind here in a second and go over the whole thing, I'm going to finish with this leg on the shoulder. So this is a big deal for me. I need to take advantage of it. Instead of pushing it off and resetting and then going to a different pass, if I make the sweep and I end up with the leg on the shoulder, I really need to take advantage of that. It's a big deal.
Nobody uses this as a guard position. I'm going to fight Brandon. I'll put my leg on his shoulder.
Exactly. This is always going to be a bad thing. You know, it would be different, Stefan, if the leg was off the shoulder, because then I would have to make some adjustments. But when it's already here, I really need to move forward to this position. I'm going to miss a good opportunity. So what I'm going to do is this hand, it can start off here, but as I start to drive, I actually want to lift him up, and I want to really stack him up and put his feet on the ground. So I'm just going to grab his pants here and help. So I'm going to drive, lifting him up, and actually look here, putting him over like this, okay? Now, most people will try to make you roll over all the way, this kind of thing. What I'm going to do actually is a really flexible person can stay here for a long time, okay? Maybe you can't, you look a little uncomfortable there. But look, what I'm going to do is I want to trap his arm, boom. So once I trap the arm, now it's as simple as moving his body out of the way. But look, he can't get away because this is trapped. This is a really small detail, but in my opinion, and in my experience, it really changes the dynamics of that pass, and it changes the way that you need to defend. So if we could just rewind a little bit, okay? What I'm gonna do here is once I get that shoulder pin, I'm just gonna slide and put my hand on the collar. And now I'm just gonna basically kind of slide off and let his legs fall away. But he's not able to recover and adjust the way he needs to because this arm is trapped. And then I have him pretty much right in side control here with a pretty good trap on his arm. Okay, so let's look again. A lot of people, when they do this pass, you know, they're going to do it very traditional. They're going to go here, they're going to go here, and this kind of thing. That's great. I'm not saying that doesn't work. But when you encounter, you know, really, really flexible people, traditionally that stack pass, the real mentality is make the person so uncomfortable that they let you pass. But, you know, when you look at some of these guys that are so flexible, it's like they spend half the day upside down. So you're not gonna make them uncomfortable by putting them upside down. So I need a way to kind of force the pass, but not so much that I lose the position. So when I'm here, I'm gonna run him up, I'm gonna lift him, I'm gonna use my hand on the ankles here, just like this. And then I'm always looking to find that shin right there. So now he doesn't have a lot of options on how he can recover. He can't turn into me, he can't roll away the same way he could before. So once I get that trapped, now my hand's just gonna slide under, catching his gi if I can. This leg is in his back, so he can't roll away too easy. And I'm just gonna use my chest to kind of roll him off. And I keep him right here. And I have that pass. So if we look at it just really slow in the whole context. So I'm gonna get him up in the X guard. So let's say he was standing. And I'm in the X position here. So I'm gonna get his hands to the mat. I'm gonna straighten his legs out, get his hands to the mat. I'm gonna sit up with him. I'm gonna tech stand here. Boom. And now immediately I'm gonna keep this hand low so I don't run into a triangle, obviously. And I'm gonna walk to this side a little more than I normally would. And I'm gonna make sure I reach this hand in. And I'm really lifting him up here. Boom. And I'm trying to find this leg. And I'm really driving with my body and my hips as well. If I come on the other side, I'm gonna slide that knee right across his bicep here. Slide this arm in. Control. Putting some pressure and just kind of sliding past. But it just changes the dynamic of the technique when I trap that arm.
I can see how that would be effective against flexible people and very, very uncomfortable against not for flexible people. So it's the best of both worlds.
It's a win-win.
One of the dominant themes of the techniques shown in the last 2/3 of this book is how to connect your sweeps to your guard passes. Every sweep leaves your opponent vulnerable in a different way. So you need to know how to connect the sweep and then take advantage of the unique vulnerabilities that your opponent has at the end of that sweep. So that's covered quite extensively in Nonstop Jiu-Jitsu, which you can get on Amazon if you're interested.